All right. We are really excited. So tonight it is me, Stephanie Spear, and then we've got Lindsay Bryant, who's also a Sapphire ambassador, and Lisa Maltz, who is a Diamond ambassador. And I'm assuming everybody on this call is somehow connected to, I feel like maybe it's like, is it Andrea Down? I don't know.
Probably Andrea Down.
So, which is really cool to see all the people that are connected. So, something that y'all might want to do is grab some faces while you're on here tonight, and see. Yeah, can y'all make yourself?
I think you can go to the mute everyone and mute everyone or whatever.
Do that.
If you go to go to mute everyone. If you go to like participants, if you're the host, you should be able to mute all participants.
Gotcha. Done. Okay. Got it. Cool. Okay. Anyways, if y'all at some point tonight grab a face that's on here, it's really cool to connect with other sidelines who are at the same point as you in your business and really run with them. I've had so much fun doing this and connecting with other sidelines. But anyways, we are really excited. Gold is a very exciting time in your business. Most of you probably know that gold is very difficult to achieve. And I feel like once you get through that kind of senior gold hump, you get kind of in the rhythm of things. And so what we want to do tonight is kind of give you some tools to help you get from where you're at gold up to your next level of senior gold. Some tips, some things that we've learned, and some things that we really think are very key in your business at gold. So I'm going to turn it over to Angie and let her kick things off for us.
Okay, I mute myself. I am Angie Zumwalt, Diamond Ambassador, and I am really, really excited to be sharing with you tonight. I'm coming live from my car tonight with my daughter. We just had a Broadway premiere night, so anyway, but I am super excited to be sharing with you, and I love the rank of senior gold because I feel like gold, a lot of times you can get to gold, by yourself, or kind of like you're starting to build a team. But senior gold is really that rank where you're really starting to kick things up. You're really kind of learning more about the back office, learning more about building a team. And so I just want to first off talk to you about how you get to gold or senior gold. And the biggest thing to know is at any rank that you're going for, you have to know the destination of where you're going. You can't just say, okay, Angie, I really want to get to senior gold this month. You have to know, what does it take to get to senior gold? You can't just wish for it. You are gonna have to work for it. And this is the point that it really comes that you are really gonna have to start being more consistent in your business, more consistent with working with your team. And the biggest thing is learning how to read your reports, learning how to go through your detailed genealogy. And I love Proverbs 21:5 says, good planning and hard work lead to prosperity. And y'all, that is so true in this business. What is that saying? You have to, failure to plan is planning to fail. So it is so important. So let's just talk about what it takes to get to senior gold. So to get to senior gold, first and foremost, you need 3 personal sponsored ambassadors. So that means you need to have signed up 3 level 1. You need to have signed up 3 people for the wholesale products. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is your overall points to get to senior gold. You need 250 points. Okay, so within this business, you have something that's called an outside leg. And what that means is a primary leg and an outside leg. So your primary leg is just simply the person that is under you that has the most people under them. Okay? So in order to get to each level, you need a certain amount of people on your outside leg. So for senior gold, the total number that you need, the total number of points that you need is 250, but you need 40 points from your outside leg. So, you know, that is something to keep in mind when you're working towards senior gold. So 250 points is approximately 50 people commission qualifying. So something to think about is, okay, so you need approximately 50 people to commission qualify. You need 250 points total. You need 40 points on your outside leg. So what I recommend that you do, if you are shooting for senior gold this month, you need to go to your detailed genealogy in your back office, and you need to look and see, where did I end last month? Where were your points at last month? Who did I have last month that purchased a $99 welcome pack? Because now we get points automatically for those $199 welcome packs, but those 99 welcome packs, we don't get those points until the next month. A lot of times what I say is like, where did my points end? I count my subscriptions. Like, how many subscriptions do I have running this month? And that's really, really important, y'all. If you have people that have signed up within the last 90 days that do not have their subscriptions on, you need to reach out to them, because that is something really important. With these products, you have to learn how to be consistent. So going to your detailed genealogy, knowing I need 250 points to hit senior gold, I need 40 of those points to be on my outside leg, and then going to your detailed genealogy and looking, how many points did I have last month? How many subscriptions do I have to set to run? And where does that put me? And then thinking about, okay, now the company has made the $199 welcome packs where we can instantly get points this month for anyone that signs up with the $199 welcome pack. So how many people do I need to quick commission qualify this month on top of my subscriptions? How many people do I need to sign up with the $199 welcome pack? But really planning that out, y'all, because if you don't plan that out, I mean, it's just such a vital tool in growing your business. And when I start planning that out, I also think about who on my team is reaching for gold this month, who on my team is reaching for silver, and I kind of account those in my subscription orders or my points for the month. So also thinking about starting to grow that team. And Lindsay, I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay. She's going to talk a little bit more on the duplication and getting people to silver, which is such a vital part in growing your business and getting to senior gold. So I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay now. Oh, wait, there she is.
I'm good. I'm here. Hey, y'all. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Lindsay Bryant. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador, and I live in Birmingham, Alabama with my 2 little girls. And I have been working this business, I guess a little over 3 years now. So it has been a wild ride, that's for sure. So, okay, so everybody on this call, you guys are shooting for senior gold. And the first thing I want to say to you, or just start with something that I see a lot from people that hit gold and that are trying to get to senior gold. I see it happen all the time. People fight for gold, and then they hit it and they stop because they want to breathe for a minute, because it's hard to get to gold. I remember that. It was hard as heck to get to gold. I mean, I pretty much remember you almost feel like you're doing it by yourself. But you can't stop. And that's the biggest thing. And I know Bethany's going to talk a lot about consistency. But that's the biggest thing that I want to tell you to start this. You can't stop, because once your team is moving, and if your true goal is Emerald or Maui or Ruby or making $4,000 a month, whatever that is. I mean, my head was down until I hit Emerald for a year, and there was no coming up for breath to pause. Like that's how it is when you want to hit these goals. And that's the same thing. So I see it over and over again. People hit gold and they think, okay, I have my 20. I did the big thing. I hit gold. Now where's my rock star in my 20? And you can't do that. You are still your own personal rock star, especially at gold. And if you've ever heard anybody say it, when I first started, I did not believe it, but trust me, it's true. Your team, when you hit gold, there's a pretty big chance that is not going to be the same team that you are going to have when you hit emerald. So know that you are still looking for your team. You are still looking to set that concrete level. So you have to keep going and to find more business builders at that point. And the way that you do that and the way that you create a strong foundation is creating silvers up under you. Now, I know most of you, if you've been working the business, you may be thinking, well, that's great. People say it all the time. Let's make silvers, make silvers. You hear it and you're like, well, how do I do that? Because let's be honest, it's not just going to happen that easy sometimes. You have to put in the work. And part of putting in the work is also going to create duplication down. So duplication kind of is going to go hand in hand with creating these silvers and doing launch parties and planting seeds. So when somebody first signs up, I always plant the seed. It does not matter if they are a wholesale customer or if they have called me and said, hey, I want to work the business. Whichever one they are, as soon as I don't throw the business down their throat before they sign up, because sometimes people want to run in the other direction. But when they sign up, I let them know, hey, Angie, just so you know, now that you're a wholesale customer, you do get cheapest prices, but you also have a link in case any of your friends want to buy from you. I plant that seed immediately and just see what their reaction might be. And depending on what their reaction is, that helps me know where I'm going to take the conversation. Not everybody may want to reach out to their 3 friends. I'm like, and you got to make it real easy. Sister, best friend, cousin, all that kind of good stuff. You have a link and you can quickly make back $175 at minimum. It's good to give them an actual price on, what you could help them make back to cover those first month costs. And you still may have people that just don't want to do it. They just want the products, and that's okay, because you're going to have another chance to help them with this. So say that, it's just the wholesale customer and they didn't bite on that, but you planted the seed, and it's easier to come back around when they are seeing results later on. And they're like, oh my gosh, I love this product. I want to keep going, 30 and 60 days in, and be like, okay, if you love these products, I'm not going to let you keep paying full price. I'm going to do a little launch party. I'm going to throw it, and you just invite some friends and let's get your products covered. We're not going to let you keep paying full price. It's the way that you say it, and it's your dialogue, how you present that to people on if they're going to want to jump on board. So if you say, hey, let's get you to sell to a few people. I'm not in it to sell. Like, it's all about the words that you use to help people to get to silver. And don't think you shouldn't, wholesale customers, no big deal. They really don't need to be silver. Y'all, a lot of wholesale silvers lead to a very strong foundation. And that's a whole lot of points. You don't have to have everybody under you. All your level 1s and 2s don't have to be rubies and golds. You can have a lot of silvers. That's the beauty of our company. And that can add up very quickly to get you to senior gold. And the chances are, if you were getting a lot of these wholesale customers to share with 3 of their friends, at some point, one of them is going to be like, oh my gosh, that was easy. Like, okay. Let's share with 3 more. Let's share with 10 more. And then you're going to really start that trickle down process. That's the beauty of network marketing. But, okay, so these people, when they are signing up, it is really important that you, not only when they're trying, the ones that are just wholesale customers, and you want to throw a party or something for them, it's really important that you call and you talk to them. Do you ever have people reach out to you and say, hey, will you throw an Newborn were those book parties or beauty counter parties. And I'm always like, yeah, sure, maybe. But the truth is, in the back of my head, I think, I mean, I don't have enough friends. Like, I don't have enough people. I don't really want to let them down. So I just am like, I'm busy. That's what people typically think. They don't want to let you down. So if you let them know, girl, it's okay if you just have 2 friends that want to come. It's okay if you have 5 friends that want to come. This is nothing big. You can invite 3 friends. This is what you would send them. This is the actual words that you would send them, and you shoot them a message over with these words. And it's going to be 30 minutes on Facebook. I'm going to do all the posting. And then at the end, if you want to come in and thank everybody, you can, but it would be super simple. So there's a lot of freedom in that for people if you let them know that you're doing the work, that you're going to give them messages to say, and that they don't have to invite the world. So some people, 10 people sounds overwhelming. So you need to make sure that the expectations you were setting and the pressure that you can take off of them. You're just trying to help them get their products covered. And they don't really, a lot of wholesale customers, they don't care about being silver either. They just want that money, their initial money back. So really think about your verbiage when you're reaching out to those wholesale customers. Now, you're going to have a lot of people that reach out to you, and not a lot, but you're going to have the people that reach out to you and they do want to work the business. They do want to make an extra 100 or 1,000 or go emerald, whatever that goal is. And that's really helping when you are looking at trying to get these people silver. It is so important for a light bulb moment to go on and know that while you were getting them silver and you were helping them to understand that is their first goal, you were creating duplication. So everything that you were doing, and duplication is so huge when you're trying to get to senior gold, because the higher up you get, you can't do it alone. Senior gold, ruby, you can't hit those ranks by yourself. And you've got to start teaching people up under you what you were doing. And there's 2 ways to do that. To me, one of the best ways is when they sign up and they start wanting to add people, that you are helping them to do it the right way the first time. That they are going to be duplicating, like as soon as they get the products, you're reaching out to them about customer service and detox, and you're staying on point with that. And therefore, that duplication, they're going to be like, okay, this is what she did with me and it really worked. I'm going to go do it with them. So it starts with you the moment somebody signs up. You cannot drop the ball on that. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're in a hard spot because we are signing up 6 people this month, or more. And your teams are growing, and it's harder when you have more people to manage that customer service. So I really encourage you to stay on top of that with these people, because if you sign up 6 people this month, but they leave next month, it doesn't help you set that foundation. That's a huge part of it. So in getting these people silver, be super simple with people that want to work the business. My philosophy is, if they can't post on Facebook and get that initial post put up, there's no point in bogging them down with all the details way down the road. There's no point in that. You have got to first help them pass those baby steps. Girl, I found this picture on Facebook of you and your sweet family. This is the picture that you need to use, and this is what you need to say. Let's put this on Facebook. That is going to help them get past that first step versus, hey, let me know when you post, make your first post, and I'll go comment. There's 2 different ways. I am a big hand holder when somebody first starts. And I make sure the first they post that first post, and I give them a goal of silver and 500 PV, and that's it. And I also, there's a third thing, and I make sure that before they even post on Facebook, that they reach out to their warm market with a message to let them know, hey, I'm going to start this business. I really am enjoying these products. I would love for you to support me on Facebook. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to start conversating with them and want to know more about the products. So there's 3 things I start people on, and that is going to create duplication. If you don't overwhelm them with too much in the beginning, because we know there's so much in Plexus land, too much information that you can give them in the beginning. So really start people slow, help them get to silver, help them see the value in that. And again, they're going to do that when people sign up under them versus, oh my gosh, somebody signed up under me. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait, okay. How did Lindsay start me? This worked. Okay, I'm going to do it. You see how the duplication thing's going to work? You've got to, between gold and senior gold, you've got to create that duplication. You've got to create some wholesale silvers that want their product cost covered. And there's one more thing I was going to tell you. When it comes to somebody working the business, I always have people say, I don't know how to coach them. You know, they've done this. Now what? Now what do I do? Y'all, to me, I call them brain dumps, just good old fashioned brain dumps. When somebody starts, if I am doing something one day, I will just pick up my phone and shoot them a voice message. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I just reached out to these people and this message really worked well for me. Why don't you try it? Or, hey, just want to make sure that you saw there's a Zoom call tonight. Are you going to hop on? There needs to be that's part of the hand holding and accountability when somebody starts to get them silver. They don't have the plexus bug yet, probably. They don't have the passion. They don't see the vision, and you don't really believe that you can be making $1,000 or $4,000 a month until you are. So you have to help them get to that point. And I still remember when I first started, I think there was a training call, like a boot camp. And I was like, yeah, I'll be on the boot camp. I wasn't going to be on the boot camp. I didn't even know what Zoom was. And Rebecca texted me right when it started, and she was like, hey, are you on the call? Ran to my phone and got on that call real quick because I had that little bit of accountability, and I wanted to be able to respond and say, yes, I am on the call. So little hand holdings like that, little bits of accountability, little nudges of encouragement are what is going to help you when someone says, hey, I think I might be interested in working this business. It's an immediate goal setting, an immediate small goal setting so that they feel accomplished, immediately getting their products paid for, and figuring out ways to get them plugged in. So that's what I would say, and getting them to do also the ones that want to work the business, immediately getting them as well to do a launch party. But you were the ones helping them do it. You were the ones helping them put the post up, because when you first start, you just don't know what you're doing. So anyway, getting silvers, duplication, launch parties, constant brain dumps to make sure your team knows exactly, and your new people know exactly what you're doing every day. And then they can go either recreate that, or they can ask questions from whatever you are sending them. So those are my tips. I think Bethany is next, and what she's going to say is really going to play off, like I said, you can sign up these silvers and you can sign people up under you, but if you can't do the customer care to keep them, then that's where you're just treading water and you never keep moving forward. The momentum can stop. So she's going to help you figure out, okay, I've done this, I've done the work, I've done the silvers, I've got these people, how do I keep them so that I can keep going forward? So Bethany, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. Yeah, if y'all have not done those, can y'all hear me? Okay. If y'all have not done those launch parties, like those have been so key in getting people silver for me and being able to really lock down silvers. They're absolutely huge. So check into those. So I'm going to talk a little bit about customer care. I was trying to look to see if any of my team was on this call. If you asked anyone on my team, what is the number one thing that you would say that your leader like really is passionate about and hammers in, they would, like, without skipping a beat, say customer care. Because I really just like beat it into my team's head. This was a really big deal for me, and I think part of it was a pride thing. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm a pastor's wife, and that was one of my biggest hesitancies of doing something like this. Like, how can I do something like this with integrity? And so I knew for me, if I was going to do it, I was going to set out to prove that these products worked. And the only way that you can do that is through customer care. So as a gold, moving into senior gold, because you're doing the majority of the building yourself, you have to make sure that you have a solid foundation to build on. And the only way that you do that is by making sure that people absolutely love their products. And so what I personally do, I have a welcome email system on our team, but just making sure, obviously, when people sign up, that they are given instructions on how to take their products. And then I'm going to put this in the chat. I don't know if you can, oh, just kidding. It won't let me put it in there. Dang it. I have a 4-week script of customer care follow-ups that I use. And it's like, literally, I give it to my team, like copy and paste this after they've been on the products 3 days, after they've been on the products 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're checking in with them. You're making sure that they are not having major detox or adverse reactions. You're making sure that they're seeing benefits, but also setting up healthy expectations. So let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to think the best way that I could do that. I copied and pasted them off of my team page, but apparently I'm guessing it's too long. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen with you guys, and then we'll see how we can do that. Okay, ignore my hot mess of a. Okay, can y'all see that? I'm gonna give it just a second. Were y'all able to see that or no? I'll go back to it if you were. I just want to make sure you could see it. Okay, here you go. So here's 3 days, the next week, the following week, and then week 4. I'll give you just a second to screenshot that, and then I'll come back. Okay, now how do I unshare my screen? Oh, here we go. I promise you I'm not an amateur, but I do seem like one. Anyways, so those are absolutely crucial to making sure that you are tweaking dosages, that you're finding the regimen that works for your people. Because here is what I want y'all to understand. Your best business builders are going to be people who love their products. I am a testament to that. I 100% was adamant that I would never work this business, that I would never tell people about these products. But you know why I did? Because I loved the products, because they made such a huge difference in my health. And we talk about this all the time in network marketing. We naturally share the things that we love, right? And so when I was seeing major changes in my health, I naturally started sharing. And that's how I went silver accidentally. And then I was like, like what if I actually put effort into this? Like what could I do with it? So making sure that people love their products is absolutely huge. Another tip that I would give you for that with customer care, kind of going along with what Lindsay said, is when you're doing these customer care check-ins, when people have some kind of amazing benefit that they're saying, like, you know, you're checking in, they're saying, oh my goodness, girl, like I haven't had a headache all week. I haven't had a migraine all week, or my bloating's down, or I've lost 5 pounds. I'm saying something like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Would you care if I shared those results? And something that you can do is go and post for them. If they are okay with it, you're going to go and you're going to share their story and you're going to tag them in it. And guess what? Their friends are going to see it. And they would have done nothing. It was absolutely nothing on their part. They didn't have to do the scary work of making a post. And it seems less salesy because you're the one sharing it. They're not. And so that is a really great way to get someone's feet just barely dipped in the water and seeing what kind of interest they can generate just by you sharing the results that they have when you do your customer care check-in. So take note of that. That's something we've started doing on our team, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. So after customer care, another big thing that I want to talk to you guys about is consistency. If you read anything of John Maxwell's, he always talks about consistency compounds. And so, or compounds, however you want to pronounce it. And so something I want to share with you guys, why gold is so exciting for me, because it was a pivotal turn in my business. So I was a gold ambassador in March, what's this year, 2019? March of 2017. I went emerald in September of 2017. And so that's, let's see, March, April, May, June, July, 6 months. So gold to emerald in 6 months. Now, I realize that's not going to be everybody's story, and I don't want you to look at that and compare. But what I want to say is I attribute all of that to consistency. And so doing the little things every single day, your daily reach outs, your personal growth, your follow-ups, your posting. And here's the thing about consistency. When you are consistent, people notice. People see your passion for the products and they're drawn to that. And so I know when we get to a certain point, and y'all, I remember I went gold in, I think it was December. And I remember going backwards even. And I remember feeling stuck and thinking, is this even worth it? Like, can I really do this? I could never picture. I tell this to people all the time. Our car was having major issues. And I remember my upline saying, we've got to get you your Plexus Lexus. And I was like, that girl is crazy. Like, I will never be one of those girls who drives a car through a network marketing company. But I shifted my mindset. I poured into personal growth. And I did my daily activities consistently. I didn't care if I was seeing fruit. I knew it was eventually going to come, because guess what? You're definitely not going to see fruit if you're not doing the work. And so a lot of you know who Ashley Kinsel is. She signed with me when I was gold in March of 2017. And here's the thing that she told me. I had been reached out to about Plexus by a bunch of people. I had several people tell me about it, but I was drawn to you because I saw how consistent you were and how passionate you were. So don't ever underestimate your consistency. Had she ever commented on any of my posts? Nope. Had she ever really responded much? Actually, she blatantly told me no several times. But here's the thing, y'all. Be consistent, follow up. Those consistent activities are going to compound, and they're going to be what gets you to the next level. But 100%, if you don't do those consistent activities, you're not gonna get anywhere. So I want you to think about that each day. Okay, consistency compounds. Do I necessarily have to sit here today and send out 100 messages? No, but you know what's going to be just as effective? If I send 3 to 5, and then I follow up with 2 to 3, and then I'm doing my customer care every day, and then I'm pouring into a little personal growth every day. All those little things add up, and they make you a better leader, and they make you someone who people are going to be drawn to. And I really, really, really believe at the rank of gold, moving to senior gold, that is 100% the key. Consistency. It makes the biggest difference. Let's see. Had anything else? I don't think so. So we didn't want to keep this too long because I know how long calls go, but I did want to open up for some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, either putting them in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask. Let's see. Oh, I already have one. What did you do for personal growth? All sorts of things. I love John Maxwell books. Even just like basic training calls. I was on every call that was offered basically at the beginning, because I know not everybody's like this, but I wanted to sound like I knew what I was talking about. Did I always know what I was talking about? No, but I felt like if I could memorize enough information that I would know. So I would say training calls. YouTube is an endless resource of training when you're talking about specific to Plexus. But if you're just talking personal growth, absolutely don't think you can go wrong with John Maxwell. Lindsay, if you or Angie want to hop in, let's see. How did you handle a dark leg? Do I need to unmute you? Oh, I do? Can y'all not unmute yourselves? Well, dang it. Sorry, y'all. Now I got to find you, Lindsay, and unmute you. No, I don't want to field all these questions myself. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Okay. No, I was just going to piggyback as far as training goes. like I had a newborn and there was no such thing as reading books at that time in that first like year of my life. And the saver for me and what kept my fire was listening, like she said, listening to every single video, every single training I could get on while I was in the car. So anytime I was in the car, back and forth, if I was jogging, if I was walking, even if the call was like 30 minutes and I only had 10, I was hopping on it. And I was trying, like she said, because I'm not green. I do not care about ingredients. I said it, but I wanted to sound knowledgeable. So I needed to learn a sentence that could carry me with everything. And I probably listened to 50 different Going Gold calls just to absorb it and be able to just keep my fire and my passion. Because if you don't do that, you will lose your fire and your passion in this business. So I'm gonna let you answer Anna's question, because she's under me and I wanted to have a good fresh perspective.
Okay. I asked Anna if you want to explain, or Lindsay, do you know maybe what does she mean by dark leg?
You mean like outside leg?
No, I think she means like maybe someone that's difficult. Is that where we're going? I don't know. Anna, if you want to elaborate on that in the chat a little bit, and then I'll answer the next one. What do you do generally in your launch parties? So, Christy, I don't know who you are under, but go to your closest Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a ton of launch party formats. Literally, so many people who have the gift of graphics and being research gurus have created all of these things. And what I do is I create a group for that person, and I schedule out these posts that have been pre-made by somebody else. They're absolutely amazing. They're completely informational. They have a couple of giveaways in them. But really what they do is they educate people. And I tell people all the time that, we can't force people to these products like any more than we can force people to Jesus, right? People have to recognize that need for themselves. And I think what these launch parties do is they educate people to the point that they see a need for these products in their life. So they're super effective. And there's a lot of great, work smarter, not harder. They're already out there for you. So I know that your closest Jewel upline could get you access to those.
Yeah. And to piggyback off that too, someone I told my team this week, have you ever been invited to a party and, back to those Usborne books, because I swear I get one every week, but have you ever been invited to it and you don't know the host? And so you're like, yeah, I'll come, but you don't really go buy anything. But if it's one of your friends and you get on there and you see them posting something, you buy a book. You really don't care what it is. You really just want to support your friend. If it's someone that wants to be working the business, if you can literally let them copy paste the post and copy paste the verbiage versus waiting on your 3 uplines above you, your Jewel who's like 3 uplines above you to do it, they are going to have more success with buy-in from their friends if they're the one actually doing the post. And like Bethany said, your closest Jewel can give you every single post to copy and paste every 4 minutes for 30 minutes. It doesn't take any brain cells.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so Anna, you said someone who's fallen off left you with their entire leg. 3-way messages weren't set up. Okay, there's a couple things that you can do. If you're able to contact them through Facebook, obviously trying to make that relationship. But here, and this is not going to be the easy answer, but I have found this, that even though it might be a little bit harder, you cannot drag people. It's just kind of that simple. You will waste, and I have done this before. Like I was like, oh, if I could just get this person running, if I could just rescue their leg, I could go. And you spend so much of your effort there, you are missing out on so many people who are out there ready for a fresh start. So yes, do what you can, but don't pour all of your energy into trying to rescue something and revive something that's dead. I promise that your energy is better spent finding fresh blood. That sounds terrible. But I can attest to that for sure, because I have gotten like 2 new runners recently, and their momentum has just taken my team to a whole new level. Bringing some fresh people in will make the biggest difference for that.
I think Angie was trying to get unmuted.
I tried, but it won't let me unmute her for some reason.
Angie, when you push unmute, there she is.
Okay. Does that work?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why it won't let me unmute. And then I kept pressing unmute and then it told me no. But yeah, I agree with you, Bethany, what you were saying about, like if you have someone that's not working the business or quit working the business or whatever, you can't, you can bring a horse to water. What is it? Like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. If you want that action or that momentum in your business, the best thing that you can do, instead of like trying to revive a dead horse or trying to like build up other people's team, is you have to be consistent in your personal action, personal recruitment, and getting people on yourself rather than going down and pouring into levels 4, 5, and 6 that have a level 1 that's not doing anything.
I think we're losing you, Angie.
I'm sorry.
I don't know where she went. Okay, there was a question. Let's see, link for Plexus clip art in addition to sharing Plexus virtual back office. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. If you just mean like graphics, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. I will say this. If y'all are looking for a great way to create graphics, my favorite
She just means graphics, yeah.
Okay. My favorite apps are Canva. Y'all, Canva makes you look like a professional. Like people are like, how'd you create that? I'm like, I literally just typed in the text that I wanted with a graphic someone else already created. So I love Canva and WordSwag if you're just looking for to put words on a picture or something like that.
And I love Typorama.
Yeah, that one's good too.
So people are just using graphics is what the people are just using free apps is what they're using.
Yeah, Rana Design or Rana Collage, those are good. Let's see. Gotcha. Does anybody else have any questions? Absolute favorite ways to announce on Facebook. You mean like announce rank ups or things like that? Sorry, this is hard. I swear I clicked that you can unmute yourself. So I don't know why it's not letting people unmute themselves. It asked me and I said that they could. All right, I'm going to mute everyone for a second. Oh, that's all unmuted, FYI. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. Now try. If y'all want to say something, see if you can unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay. Yes, whoever asks, I can hear you.
Oh, I was the one that asked about the favorite ways to announce on Facebook. I've heard several different people's take on it recently, not even to mention Plexus with your first post. So I didn't know if you had any catchy ways that you were announcing people and setting them to put on their Facebook. So that's my first question. I have a caveat to that as far as, well, go ahead and answer that first, and then I'll ask.
Okay. Yeah, I generally do. So for me personally, I have a welcome email that I send out, and I talk about like the things that are important when you're getting started. And I talk about one of those ways is sharing for accountability. And I give people a script to use. And I do not personally have them mention plexus. Like if I'm guiding them through it now, do I have people who start and just kind of go rogue on their own and mention? Yes. But if I am advising, I typically don't. I just have them talk about how they're starting on a new health journey and things like that, because it creates curiosity. Because if people see plexus, they assume they already know what it is, right? But if they don't know what it is, then a lot of times they'll comment and say, what are you doing? And that opens up that door because they don't know what it is, so they can't make assumptions.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'm Lori Mouse, and I was the one asking about the clip art. I just started in January, and I'm at silver, but my sponsor said to get in on this call, and I'm just trying to develop my social marketing and stuff. And I went and I Googled, or I queried on Facebook, like at the Plexus Worldwide, like art and graphics, and I got this whole thing about what you can do and can't do. And so then I thought, can I even use this? I found if I find something on their Facebook, like a picture on their Facebook post for Plexus Worldwide, I had this one that I really liked, the Health and Happiness Company. Can I use that in any of my postings? Because I came across a document that said, you can use this, but you can't do this, you can't do that, and I got overwhelmed with it. So that's why I was asked.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. That was simple.
Well, it helps when I allow you guys to unmute yourself and you can ask.
Yeah, and if you want some really pretty stuff that's not salesy graphic, because graphics really make my skin crawl, honestly. But if you go to like the Plexus Instagram page or like the Joy on Instagram page, they put beautiful pictures that don't look like graphics, and you can screenshot them or you can save them and you can crop around them to crop out that it's anywhere else, and you can use it as your own, and it's beautiful.
That's what I needed. Yeah, because I don't want the typical things. I want to be creative. I don't want, and like they said, not to use the Plexus name in some of it. So just
and a lot of that is if you're recreating marketing material, like outside, like if you're going to go out and make t-shirts and hats and bags.
Yeah, not so much just your Facebook page. Does anybody else have anything? You can unmute yourself. No. Going.
When you have people do their 3 to 5 new reach outs, what are some? Do you just have them follow the Plexus scripts? Are there other things that you have found works better? What are things that you're teaching and duplicating down?
Yeah, I mean, I have a set of scripts that I give to my people who are starting that are just very simple. And so, obviously that's going to look a little bit different team to team, how people do that. But I don't, I've used some of what Plexus has provided, but I kind of like to put my own personal spin. I usually give them like a couple to pick from, have them send it out. And then I give them very detailed, like, okay, when you send this and people respond, then you're going to do this. Let's see. And, I have step-by-step. And another huge thing that I do when people are getting started is 3-way messages. So when they get to the point of someone sharing like, hey, I struggle with this, I have them say, hey, my friend Bethany got me started on these products. She made sure that I got started on products that were going to be, the most beneficial for me. Could I add her to this message so we make sure you get started on the right products? I say it better than that. I'm just spitballing here. But then what I do is, so my new person throws me in a chat with her potential, and I do all the talking. I speak into their health issues. I cover cost objections, all of that. And so this does a couple of things. It's going to provide third-party validation. So they've got their friend telling them that these products are great, and then they've got this third party telling them, how these products can benefit from them. And then two, what it's going to do is your new ambassador is going to sit back, and this is going to be great training ground for them. They're going to watch how you walk people through products. They're going to watch how you overcome objections, all of that. So that's something that's been huge for me. Anybody else? Oh, there's a couple in the chat. Do you want to take it? Well, I guess this one. How did you reach out to Ashley after she told you no multiple times? Just coming at it from different angles, speaking to different, the different personality colors. I tried going the opportunity route. I tried going the product route. Just kept up with her personally, things like that.
And I'll say, like, I'll speak to that. Like, I mean, I actually have someone that I think is on this call. I can't see, but that, I mean, I reached out to for 3 years and like gave her free product. She told me no several times. She unfriended me on Facebook. So what I would, say just in general is, sometimes a lot of times people will tell you no, and that just means like not now. Like it's just not that timing for them right now. And a lot of times people just need to see your success and consistency. And so that is why making sure that you are consistent with posting on Facebook, consistent with sharing your success on the product, like all of that, somebody may tell you no now, and then 3 years from now, they can sign up and, be on their way to senior gold or whatever. So I think a lot of times it's just being consistent with still like Bethany was saying, still continuing to harvest that friendship and relationship, and it just not always being about Plexus, but just being present and consistent on social media as far as like with your success on Plexus and so forth. And there was another question I thought that was there. There was a question here that said, how do you recommend reaching out to white lines? And like, I feel your pain. If all of my white lines were commission qualified, I think I would be like triple diamond. So, white lines is just something that happens to all of us. So this is something that I will say, if you have, first of all, if you've been doing this business for a while and you have white lines that have a annual web hosting fee that has not been like up to date in the last 6 months, like if they have let it expire, go through and look. And a lot of times, go through Employer Report and look and see who you have that, doesn't have a current, web hosting fee, whatever. And you could even reach out to them about getting restarted. Like, hey girl, we've had a lot of new products in the last 6 months. Maybe share with them a testimony or success stories of the MetaBurn or the Joyome or whatever. Right now we have a free code where you can get restarted. And if they meet certain qualifications, you can get them cleared out of the system and signed up as a brand new ambassador. I know that I have 2 old ambassadors that are about to restart. So that's one thing. And I think just always, like I always reach out every time there is a special, every time there is a new product. I always reach out to my white lines. Like I always reach back out to them and just say, but I will tell you this. It is easier to get fresh blood than to revive the dead. So don't lay so much focus and think, gosh, if all my white lines qualified, then I could promote this month, because I mean, in a perfect world, we would all love our white lines to qualify, but that's just not happening. You've got to go out and get new people. That's what you have to do. I think maybe, messaging them every once in a while, every time a new product comes out, every time there's a special. If you have signed up under me, every time there's a special, every time a new product, I'm going to message you. But I am going to spend more time trying to get that new blood, trying to help people go silver is going to be more worth your time than trying to revive and get white lines to commission qualify.
Sorry, can I jump in and ask you how you get people restarted if they're at a certain level, or just restarted in general?
Well, restarted, it would mean, like, first of all, they would have to, if their annual web hosting fee has expired. So let's just say, I don't even know, like September, maybe 6 months, whatever. September, August, July. So if their web hosting fee or their annual membership fee was not paid for, and they have not ordered in the last 6 months to last year, they can actually go in and re-sign up as a brand new ambassador all over again. So, you have to get them cleared out of the system. And I actually have, I don't know who's seen me. I can't see who was on here, but I'm happy to share. Like, I know I posted it on my team page, like what you would need to do. There's a link that you can go to get them cleared out, and then you can go through the process of getting them signed up again.
Could you share that with Brooke Knitz for us?
Yeah, if you just message me, I'm happy to share it with you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, I know that this has gone kind of long, so we'll wrap it up. I just wanted really quickly, before we hop off, I was going to have me, Lindsay, and Angie give a really quick, like, what our top tip is for gold, like maybe something that helped us the most, something that we remember was like a big pivotal thing for us when we were gold. Y'all want me to start? Okay. So my biggest thing that I remember at gold was just realizing the importance, and I already touched on it, so I won't say much, but realizing the importance of personal growth. I just realized that personal growth was going to outweigh my skills. And the thing about personal growth is when you pour into personal growth, it gives you more confidence. And when you have more confidence, people are drawn to that, and you're more bold when you share. So I think if y'all have not really worked on your personal growth, you can learn all the skills that you want, the perfect things to say, all of that. But if you lack that personal growth, I promise you pouring into that is going to launch you to a whole new level. And that was really pivotal for me.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I would say you got to get your head right, because this business, I'm always like 90% of it is mindset. Like, it's not what your neighbors are doing. It's not how fast did this person rank up. It's not, I'm not doing it as fast as this. It's not about what did I win at convention. It's not about, it's about, this is your business. You're working it consistently, and you were giving it 100%, not working 100% this week, and then next week not doing anything, and then the next week I might post twice. But if you're working 100%, don't compare. You were running your own race. There's going to be crappy days. I'll just say it. Don't think this is all sunshine and rainbows to rank up. It is hard. So if you have that in the beginning, that there's going to be weeks where you may not sign a soul, you may not get a single response in a message, and then that harvest comes in because you've been consistent through the goods and the bad. So that's just what I feel like sometimes people get in here. They think it's going to be easy because you're from home and so on social media. But if you let yourself know this is a job, and any job is not going to be perfect all the time. So if you can, head down, stay consistent, and keep your mind right with what your personal goals are, then you can keep moving forward.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Lindsay. That's actually what I was thinking about too, was just, that mindset. And I took a Leslie Vann course before, and she said in there, mindset trumps skill set every time. If you don't have the right frame of mind, if you are constantly putting negativity in your mind, it is going to kill your business. So really working, I am a huge advocate of personal affirmations and constantly pouring into yourself. I agree with putting your blinders on and not looking to the left and not looking to the right. And I love that Bethany put in the chat, loving your lane, loving where you're at, and really enjoying this journey, y'all. I think is such a huge thing. But remembering, to me, and it's still till this day, I have to sit back and go, okay, Angie, but why are you really doing this? Like, are you really doing it for all of the prizes? I mean, for me, you've got to remembering your why. Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this? For me, it was, I did this because I wanted to be home with my children. I wanted a better life for my family. I did not do this for the prizes, for the trips, for the fancy cars. And I think just sometimes pulling yourself back from all of that other stuff that can get in the way, and remembering why you do this, and that why needs to be something that when you're having, when I hit gold, I remember I had 4 people quit. I had customers quit, all this stuff was going wrong, but it's something that's going to help you persevere and pour through those times. And just knowing that you've got to be consistent and you've got to be willing to persevere, because there are going to be people that quit. I mean, I have had whole gold teams that have quit, whole senior goals that are, I've had, but it's just, my why is so much bigger than everything else. And I am so willing to persevere through all the muck and the mud and whatever it takes, because I have made it to the other side, and I know that there is beauty and freedom on the other side that you could just never even dream or imagine. So just willingness to persevere through that, and knowing that, you know what, guys, if I can do this, and if you really, if you're on this call and you really, really know me, I am a total hot mess. I am completely unorganized. And if I can make it to the top of the company, so can you. So that's just pouring into yourself and knowing and believing that you can do this too, because I have every bit of faith that everybody that is on this call can make it to the top of the company. And they say, if you can make it to gold, you can make it to diamond, but you have to be willing to do the work and to persevere through the challenges.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys, for hopping on with us. We are cheering you guys on to Senior Gold. And I've been kind of flipping through, I know there's so many people on here, but trying to look at names and faces. So I will be excited to see you guys and see your faces as you are ranking up. So y'all have a great night, and we will talk to you later.
Bye, guys.